All right, I'm so excited to tear into WordPress and delve headlong into this new world of blogging and WordPress and all this great stuff, and I'm really excited to get into that with you. But what I want to do here is I just want to kind of take a few minutes and talk about some fundamentals, talk a little bit about sort of the development of blogging technologies and a little bit of history for you. But I'm going to keep it really, really short and sweet and give you the absolute minimum in terms of fundamentals because I'm so excited to get into WordPress here with you. But there is some useful stuff that I want to bounce off you here, some interesting ideas. First of all, what is a blog? Well, I'm not even really going to answer that question because I'm assuming you already know what a blog is because you bought a DVD that's going to teach you how to blog. So I'm assuming that you're comfortable with the concept of a blog, what it is, and all this good stuff. But what I will bounce off you here is this. The development of blogs and blogging technologies is one of the most remarkable web-based developments. We've seen a lot in even the last few years. A lot has been happening. And the idea of blogging coming along is really something that's amazing. Essentially what it is it's going to allow writers and artists and photographers and business owners and pretty much anybody to maintain a web presence and publish their own regular content. People that may not possess the technical skills, the technical abilities to run a traditional website, well, that's what's so amazing about blogging is essentially anybody can do it. Without sounding, overly dramatic, I'm actually considering setting up a blog for my 5-year-old son. That's how easy it is. It's so simple. It's so straightforward. If you can point and click, if you can navigate around on a computer, you can run a blog. That's how amazing this stuff is. So it's not like the old days where you had to, build a static website and all this kind of stuff. Really, blogging and WordPress make all this stuff super easy. Blog is short for the term weblog, which you don't really need to know, but I thought I'd throw it at you. The idea of blogging began as early as 1994. That's like the dark ages of the internet, in the form of online journaling. But it really gained popularity in the late 90s and really took off around 2004. All right, so hopefully all good. So WordPress itself was started in 2003 as an open source project. You know what open source is? Essentially what it is, is it's free, so you didn't have to pay to use WordPress or for the privilege to use WordPress, which to me is exciting. And open source also means that developers can extend and customize the platform. And this is what's really exciting about WordPress because we're going to be getting into some of these customizations. We're going to be getting into theme design. If you're concerned about the look of your blog, fear not. And we'll talk about extending it via widgets and plugins in just a little while, so sit tight for that. WordPress is fully customizable, in other words. Now, there's 3 different ways that you can go about running WordPress. You can create a free account on WordPress.com. I'll show you how to do that. You can install WordPress on an existing hosting account. So if you have a hosting company, a service provider where you have some web space, a hosting account, you can install WordPress there. I'll show you how to do that as well. And you can also run WordPress on your own computer, on your local machine, which is extremely awesome. And of course, I'll show you how to do that as well on both the Mac and the PC sides. So hopefully all good. Hope this is all good for you here. Now, to get into sort of the technicalities here, what I'm looking at here, by the way, inside my folder window, my Finder window here on the Mac, is all of the files that are related to WordPress. Now, WordPress is comprised of a set of PHP files that are assembled on a web server to compile HTML pages, and the whole thing is run by CSS. What the heck does all that mean? Well, again, this is sort of the technical stuff, but essentially we have all of these files here, all of these PHP files, and if I dug deeper into the sort of the structure of my WordPress blog, perhaps into my themes and so on, this is sort of how things function here. We have all of these individual PHP files, and all these PHP files are under the control of an external style sheet, a .css file. Now, if you're coming from a place where you have zero technical ability, fear not. I'm just bouncing this off you just for those that want to know how all this functions. But if you're sitting here going, oh my God, he's gone off the deep end. We're not even 10 minutes in and he's already freaking me out. Fear not. In fact, you know what? Don't even worry about that stuff. Forget I mentioned it. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it, but anyway. So a WordPress blog, let me just flip back here, doesn't have to be a blog. That's the other thing too. It doesn't have to have regular posts. I mean, these are some of the appealing aspects of a blog is we have regular posts, we have the chronological order of those posts, we can allow people to comment on the posts and all this kind of stuff. But you don't have to run a blog in that fashion. Maybe you're sitting here going, well, I want to create a web presence. I don't have the technical ability, but I don't like all that, commenting and, all that kind of bloggy type stuff. Well, you don't have to run it that way. You can actually run a static website based on WordPress. That's how flexible this platform is. You can even run, do you know what a content management system is? You might know that from perhaps what goes on at work or, back at the office. You can actually run WordPress as a content management system. You can have multiple employees creating content, and it's all under the control of what we call the theme or the look and feel of the blog. It's awesome stuff. So anyway, I hope this is all straightforward stuff. I hope you're enjoying all of this. Now, I think what we'll do next is we'll take a look at some of the common areas that we find inside different WordPress blogs. So let's check that out.